Next up, we have Land of the Risen Sun, the War Thunder soundtrack Japan menu music. Once again, everybody, this is a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician and composer, and my objective here is to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what is happening here, musically. So, if you like the sound of that, make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you're gonna use, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member. Once again, everybody, don't forget to join the Discord server, the gaming channel, how to request songs if you're not on the live stream. I have a spiel for this and a bunch of other things at the end of this video, so stick around for that. Disclaimers showing on your screen right now, so go ahead and pause the video to read them in full. Otherwise, please be patient with me. I am acoustic and guitarded, so please keep that in mind. With that said, let's do this. Japan menu music, Land of the Risen Sun. Let's go. Okay, so we start with a very Japanese introduction. We have a bunch of the Japanese instruments. We have it sounds like we have a koto, we might have a shamisen, we might have the flute, we have the percussions, the whole 9 yards, and we are very much engaging primarily on some trills for most of these. Trill is a very fascinating thing in music, which is quantum notes. A trill is when you play two notes in quick succession from one another, bouncing back and forth. So it would be something like this, right? So, a traditional Japanese starting with a gong hit would have been perfect. Isn't the gong more of a Chinese? I thought gong was more on the Chinese side. Anyway, I mean, they probably all have variations of it. Anyway, so trills, the interesting thing about trills is that even though you have these two notes, you can claim that you're playing one, either, or neither for the purpose of your music. That is something that doesn't quite exist in the rest of the techniques out there. Because if we were to play these two notes together, it don't sound that good now, does it? But if we play them in a trill, it goes this very, very cool thing, and you can really play these two notes with whatever chords you want. And at the end of the day, even though the two notes didn't fit some of the chords, it still sounded okay, because with a trill, you can claim that you're playing one of the two notes, both of the notes, or neither of the notes. It's a really, really unique thing in music, so yeah. So we're having that very, very evidently an introduction over here. Let's see where this goes. Little bit tremolo there. And we're finally getting a melody. There you go. So yeah, this is very much in line with how traditional Japanese music is. You have a lot of space between the melodies. There's a lot of silence in these, so that you can really savor each individual note. However, something to keep in mind here is that we just had our initial melody, which is going to be our initial motif. Motif being the smallest version of your musical idea, the seed, the essence from which everything else comes from. So yeah, the gong is Chinese. That I did know. I know that down the line, these start getting adopted in different cultures, but I know that the Japanese use more like drums. So rather than that, or smaller scale instruments. So yeah, let's see where this goes. Some percussion interrupting the music. We get an accelerando there real quick. So yeah, we are really engaging in use of silence in this one, which again, very easily observed in Japanese traditional music, primarily because many of these were for like Japanese opera / theater plays, where the music was there for scoring, and then there would be something happening on stage. And the music was there primarily to drive things forward, not to be a focus, right? So that's primarily what we're getting that. And of course, we had our first accelerando. An accelerando is when you speed up gradually. And usually the accelerando is going to be is going to be ensemble wide, so the entire ensemble is going to speed up with an accelerando, with the opposite of an accelerando, of course, being a retardando, where whoever is playing the entire ensemble gradually slows down. In this case, of course, it was just the one drum, so we have that. Nightable, welcome back. Let's see where this goes. Sporadic hits of the drum. That's sounding like a beat. Like we're slowly introducing a beat. There we go. Slowly introducing the beat. Accelerando. Flute coming back. Koto doing some arpeggios. There we go. We're slowly starting to build everything. So arpeggio is when you play a chord one note at a time, right? So here's, for example, C minor. Here it is arpeggiated. So yeah, very, very much we're slowly reintroducing the instruments. We're doing an accelerando, so everything is speeding up at the same time. Let's see where it goes. Oh, and we have the orchestral. We're introducing also the orchestral elements. Your audio was so low you thought there was no music for a second. I was flat out just silence in a few of these. Silence being a very, very powerful double-edged sword. If you overdo your silence, then people are going to think that the music is just over. So yes. So we're bringing in now some orchestral elements. We have some violins, some cellos, like the string sections coming in. It's funny hearing the contrast between this and the Western countries' menu themes because of the way that this kind of music is approached. Different cultures have had different approaches to music. The Japanese have always had that very sporadic nature to it, unless like you would to jump into action, whereas other countries would have a more wide thing. For example, Mongolian music, a lot of the times it's for practical purposes. Like there's a herding song that is used instead of just using a bell or something like that. The guy just sits down, starts singing, and the cows know to come home, kind of thing, right? So there's India's Nightable. So there's different approaches to music from different cultures. So yeah, we're bringing in the violins, doing some crescendo there. Let's see where this goes. Chorus, we had a quick flute there. There we go. So we bring back what seems to be a shamisen. The shamisen being this really cool, like the Japanese, or I guess the Americans. The banjo is the American version of the shamisen. Very, very cool instrument. Basically the Japanese guitar / banjo. The banjo is the American shamisen, right? So we're having that, and we are having the violins. They're doing what is called a doubling. Doubling is when you have more than one instrument or more than one section playing the same thing at the same time. So we're having those two playing at the same time. Let's see. And the menu themes definitely fit the cultures and history of respective countries. Yeah, which is what you want. You know, you want to make these as authentic as possible, and then you bring in the orchestra because the orchestras are so universal. Let's see where this goes. Very sporadic melodies. Bringing in the flute. Still with the doublings. We have some flutes doing doublings now, and okay, we have the Japanese version of the erhu. I don't know what the name of this instrument is. The erhu being the Chinese version of the eagle or the moringhur, which is this one over here, right? The Japanese have their own version of this instrument. I just don't know what the name is, or it could just flat out be an erhu. I don't know. If I just put Japanese erhu, what is the Japanese erhu? So here is the Japanese. No, not AI. The kyoku. Oh, the kokyu. The kokyu. I can't read. So the kokyu seems to be the Japanese's version of the erhu, structured similar to a shamisen, it would seem, but with the structure of an erhu. Seems to be like a middle ground between an erhu, a shamisen, and a morinhur. So yeah, a kokyu. So there you go. We have that. That one is playing the melody now. Let's hear a bit more. A kokyu. Bringing back a bunch of dissonantism. The percussions are going everywhere. Melody's going really, really fast. Oh, the melodies are basically just full-on runs over here. So we really have escalated things from the beginning. This is really cool. So it goes to show how much Japanese music can really accelerate. Because we're still using silence. We're still using these melodies very sporadically. But we have accelerated everything to the point that, yeah, these melodies are happening in between one another, and we're using like the percussions and the orchestra to fill in the gaps, but everything else is just these melodies are happening partially throughout over time. That's really cool. Let's see how this ends. Alright, building one was... Alright, we build up one last quick cadence, and yeah, at the end we did have a gong over there, and there you have it. Oh my god, that was wild. Went from, it sounded like a gong hit, yeah. So we went from this really calm, sporadic, full of silence piece to just full on absolute action. It's really cool to see that it all happened within 2 minutes. Like usually it would be it would take a lot more time. It would usually take a lot longer for people to for a composer to make these two super contrasting sections fit together. So kudos to the composer over here. Who was the composer over here? Zakhar Antonov. Kudos to him. Because that was really cool. So there you have it. That was Land of the Risen Sun from the War Thunder soundtrack, the Japan menu music. Once again, everybody, this has been a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician, a composer, and my objective here has been to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what's happened here musically. So, if you're watching this on the YouTube video archive thing, thank you for watching. Make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you're gonna use. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member. Once again, everybody, don't forget to join the Discord server. That's where everything gets announced first, whether it's the streams going live, videos going up in the channels, updates, projects, or announcements, or whatever it is, it all gets announced there first. Of course, that's where we also have the community. We hang out there, we post memes, we steal memes from other people's servers, claim them as our own. And of course, it is where I host the Vintage Story server. Vintage Story being kind of like Minecraft, but it's a version that I like better. So yeah, linked in the description. Join the Discord server and join the community today. Also share these videos with your friends, with your families, with your family's friends, with your friends' families. Two very distinct concepts, by the way. With your online and offline communities, go share these videos with everybody that you know. Also use the hype function on YouTube. We have a group on the Discord that coordinates for it. That's another reason to join. Linked in the description. Go join. Artists, musicians, or otherwise on YouTube or elsewhere, this is an open invitation. If you want any of my musical skills for any of your projects, whether it is my guitars, Mongolian throat singing, you know, the good old ooh, 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 kind of thing, regular singing, voice acting, if you want help figuring out something for your composition or any other collaboration, reach out, let me know, let's make stuff, let's work together, right? And if you're in the audience and you know somebody that could benefit, reach out, let them know. Please do not harass anyone, please do not spam anyone, be cool about things, don't be a rat. Members get early access to the content. I schedule the videos for the week on Saturdays, and if you're a paid member on YouTube, regardless of your tier, you get access to the videos when I schedule them, at least for the LFAs. So become a member today. That's up to 1 week in advance. So yeah, become a member today. If you want to listen to this without me interrupting every 3.5 seconds, I'll be linking it in the description down below. If you want to request a song and you're not on the live stream, check the pinned comment on this video. It has the instructions on what to do. If you are on the live stream, you can go ahead and start requesting for the final round of the day. And if you want to catch the streams when they happen live, we aim for Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Central European Time. We stream live on Twitch, YouTube, and Kick so that you can tune in from whichever platform you prefer. Again, 6 p.m. Central Europe. If you're not in Europe, do not worry. We have the full up-to-date streaming schedule showing in your local time zone in both Discord Discord and Twitch. So, if you live in Aguada, Sicilio, and you're like, yeah, but what time is 6 p.m. in Hungary? I don't live there. Do not worry. Just go to Discord or Twitch. Both are linked in the description, and it's going to show in your local time zone. And follow the gaming channel. I have a gaming channel because, of course, I have a gaming channel. I'm on YouTube. What else could I possibly have? Games are Basterd. That's where I put the gaming after show recordings when they happen. Recorded live during the main channel's after show, and the recordings go here, linked in the description, or just search on YouTube, same username as James R. Basterd, just swap the J for a G, and you got it. And yeah, there you have it. Japan menu music, Land of the Risen Sun, War Thunder, always such good music, dude, really good stuff. But yeah, let's move on.